waiting in line to play Yoshi's Woolly World, also previously known as project name Yarn Yoshi, or was that just a fan name? I'm not 100% sure how that worked. But it looks really good. The level design is basically the same as like Yoshi's Island or Yoshi's New Island. So if you're a fan of those games, this is basically the same kind of deal. It's like the third or fourth. I guess there was another Yoshi Island game in there somewhere that I never played for the DS. But yeah, everything looks like it's made out of yarn. It's really nice. But the gameplay is basically identical to regular old Yoshi's Island. Instead of like those blocks that you would hit that would give you the eggs, we've now got yarn baskets that when you bump them, they give you various yarn balls. As you can see, it's also a two-player game, which is new for Yoshi's Island. So you and your buddy can play, and in typical Yoshi fashion, you can go ahead and swallow or grab your friends with your tongue and store them in your belly for a little while if you want. Yeah, it's basically the same as a regular Yoshi's Island, just with this fun little texture, which I think is a great idea, because, I don't know, the Yoshi's New Island is fine and all, but there wasn't really anything super exciting about it. It just looks like Yoshi's Island, but with souped up graphics a little bit. At least this way, with the yarn aspect, it provides, you know, a brand new aesthetic feel. I would have been happy if they would have done like paper cutouts, or maybe if they would have done, you know, some other dramatically different art style. But the fact that we've got yarn works just fine for me. I mean, in a weird sort of way, it's kind of almost like a sequel to, what was the Kirby game called? It wasn't called Yarn Kirby, Kirby's Epic Yarn. I guess just in look and aesthetic, but it's definitely a Yoshi's Island game in gameplay. Of course, unfortunately, we do not have audio from the game itself, so that's why you're hearing my long-winded babble instead. It's just far too loud in here. I mean, you can kind of hear the audio a little bit in the ambiance in the background, but it's too loud in here to really pick up much of anything as far as the audio from this particular console goes. Uh-oh, Yoshi's falling. But yeah, I mean, in a weird sort of way, it is kind of like a merger between Kirby's Epic Yarn and Yoshi's Island, because there are those gems around which are not necessarily Yoshi Island looking. They're more Kirby's Epic Yarn looking. I guess what would have been really cool is if, for the second player, instead of another Yoshi, you had Yarn Kirby. That would have been pretty cool, but another Yoshi, a red Yoshi, is fine. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go all the way and make it a 4-player game with 4 different colors of Yoshi. Of course, we've got the question mark clouds back that you have to hit your, I guess not your eggs anymore, but your yarn balls. And I guess the fact that Yoshi doesn't have eggs, doesn't lay eggs anymore, at least in this game, makes the whole gender issue a little less confusing. Because, you know, Yoshi's considered to be a male character, but Yoshi can get hers. And here we've reached the end of the level. It's nice to see the end of level in like 3D hands out like that. Anyways, this guy's